I do want to raise one thing about the quarterback push play. Peter and I talked about this 10 days ago, the day after the Vikings-Eagles game, where it's just automatic. They take advantage of the rule. It took 16 years for the unintended consequence to come to fruition. They allowed pushing players in 2006 because there used to be a rule against pushing and pulling. It was never enforced, even though there were constantly, not constantly, but you'd see linemen come running down the field and just kind of shove everybody another yard or two at the end of a play. Eagles realized after 16 years, we can incorporate that into our basic strategy and build a quarterback sneak and enhance quarterback sneak around it because we'll just shove the guy through. Watch the third. If we have the one before that, Dallas Goedert is crossing the line from pushing to pulling. I noticed that on the third down play. He kind of wanted to maybe do it if necessary on the fourth down play, but the play before that when they tried to do it, I assume this is just the fourth down play over and over again, which isn't showing what I wanted to show, but it's on me because I didn't ask for it. I didn't ask for it ahead of time. On the third down play, you can see he's got his arms under Hurts and he's kind of doing like a wrestling move.
I remember it.
Over the top. That's a foul. That's a foul.
They
That's
don't
pulling,
care.
not pushing.
It's
well,
touchdown.
I know they
it's
don't
fantasy
care,
points. It's everything. The NFL doesn't care. That's what
But why didn't they? Isn't it amazing? Usually when you got a rule like that, everybody's doing it. When you have one team that's exploiting it and no one else is either bothered or is willing to risk I don't know what it is. I don't know why no one else is doing it. I know a few others have tried.
There's a few
but you'd
teams,
think there would be 24 owners who would say, but you would think there would be 24. I mean, 9 aren't doing it. So you do the math.
Yeah.
24 teams aren't doing it. Why don't they band together and say, let's get this thing the hell out of the game? It looks bad. It's not really football. And the only people who are loudly supporting it are Eagles fans.
Yeah. Well, it's unfortunately something that you talk about all the time. It's going to take somebody getting folded up and breaking a leg and doing all that until they finally realize this is not safe, right? This is not right. It's not. Or it's going to take...
And they'll act like we didn't know. We didn't know.
We didn't know. What do you mean? You did know. You try to stop these things from happening on special teams plays and all that where too many people are lined up over one guy or whatever else. We do know. So they that's what they'll try to say, but they know. And then, the other thing that's going to stop it is, and which is like if I was a defensive coach, I'd be going with go ahead hunting on the quarterback here. Go ahead. Let him have it. Dive over, go crazy, try to kill the quarterback. That's what I would do.
Okay.
I know. I don't mean it
First
like
of
that.
all,
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
No, I did, but
I didn't say that. First of all,
but here.
Second of all, that's not what Chris means.
Yeah, I don't mean kill, but I mean just make them pay, make them think twice about doing it. But the other aspect it is like, yeah, there's some teams doing it, Mike, but it's like they can't do it like them because of what we're talking about. It's the Cowboys of '92 here, and then some. So they have a team that has a true advantage in this department as compared to everybody else, where I don't think everybody else in football can just line up and do that to the capacity in which they do. And then you have Jalen Hurts, who's got a little more power than your normal quarterback on top of that.
Nick Sirianni addressed this over the weekend in a press conference. We get these transcripts in, and I skim them to see what stands out. And that caught my eye because, his point is they don't even always push Jalen Hurts.
No.
It is basically a quarterback sneak with that enhancement if necessary, and sometimes he just slips through the crack. But what Sirianni said, and he rattled off the names of all his linemen, when you have this guy, when you have this guy, when you have this guy, that's why it works for us, because others have tried and it hasn't been as successful as the Eagles do it. And it's almost like it's become a reputation play for the Eagles.
Yeah.
They had that one they tried during the game where it was clearly short. But this can't be short. It always works. They gave him the first down. And good luck overturning it on replay review. You can never have clear and obvious evidence to overturn the spot of the ball at a scrum of bodies like that. And so, it always works. Let's give him the first down. Because when I saw the play, I thought, they finally stopped it. It's like, what the hell? They're giving him the first down. Well, good luck overturning that one.
Yeah.
So everybody thinks it works. It does work. And nobody else has the horses to pull it off. And it starts with the offensive line. You need to have the quarterback. But these other teams that that have that should at least consider it. But the other side of it is open season on the quarterback, and we don't mean that anyone should try to deliberately injure the quarterback, but when you forfeit all of the rules that apply to the protection of the quarterback, when you become a runner, there's only one rule that applies. You can't lower your head and initiate forcible contact with the quarterback. You can otherwise hit the quarterback anywhere. Forearm to the head, go low, go high. As long as you don't lower your helmet to initiate forcible contact, it's fine. And one of these days, a defense is going to come up with a way to take advantage of those rules and attack one of these plays like that, and the quarterback's going to get injured, and that team is going to think twice about doing it going forward, and it's going to be fuel for the NFL to get it out of the rule book. I'm surprised they didn't get rid of it after last year. I really am surprised. They're so worried about unintended consequences, I think it paralyzes them when there's something that it's obvious they need to do. They get all twisted up about what the unintended consequence is going to be. Instead of sitting down and talking it through with a room full of football people who can help you understand what the unintended consequence is going to be. This goes back to your point. When you got a bunch of non-football people making these rules, they can't figure out what the unintended consequences are going to be because they're in no position to imagine what they are.
They've never been around the game enough to know and think about the things that could happen, or, ooh, I saw this happen once at a practice or saw it in a game or whatever. And exactly right. And we got people that have none of those experiences going, hey, I'm going to figure it out for the league, even though I don't know it. And that's where that's got to change. There's a disconnect there. That's something wrong in football right now, for sure. But yeah, the Eagles are great. Hey, and if it ain't against the rules, I'd be like them too. I'd be doing that damn thing all the time as well. I understand it. But we saw the Patriots master this for a while, the quarterback sneak with Brady, because there is a little bit of a skill from the quarterback and the guard and the center and even the tackles and how they do it, that there's a coachable skill to that and what they're doing on the offensive line, and the Eagles got it down, let alone they got, the horses up front to make it happen. And that's where it's impressive. And then, and really, you look at it and go, what defenses in football can really stop it? Their own and maybe the 49ers. That's like the only two teams you look at to go, okay, well, they maybe have a chance. Other than that, nobody else is going to be able to stop that crew and what they want to do in those situations.
Here's the play I was talking about earlier, which I didn't ask for. It is on me that we didn't have it earlier. But thanks to the control room, we have it now. Watch Goddard. Watch him. See that? Arms
he's
up
trying.
Under the shoulder pads. That's pulling. That is a foul. And so, this week when Troy Vincent and company send out their video and their memo to the officials, they need to point out when Goddard does that, it's a foul. That's not pushing. That's pulling. That's a foul. And they need to call it. Period. I mean, that's what the line is. You can push, but you can't pull. So if they're going to start pulling Jalen Hurts over the top, that's when they cross the line, and it needs to be called. And maybe it's going to take more than one game for it to happen, or more than one hack sounding off on it like me to get their attention. But as soon as I saw that last night, that's pulling, not pushing.
Yeah, no, it's definitely borderline there. But again, that's one where it's like the NFL. I don't think they're going to stop it unless it's like crazy egregious. I really don't. That's where the offense seems to get favored. Definitely.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.